up.
Turn it up.
Turn off the lights.
So when this is being like,
It's going through right now. Yeah.
okay.
You say whatever that.
Oh, there we go. Hey,
sure
what's going on, everybody? How's it going? For those of you who've been here on a Tuesday before, we are the Permanent Relegation Podcast. We do a podcast here from Chatham Tap and Fishers every other Tuesday. Yeah, and that's where we are, but we're on the internet as well. So, and apparently our YouTube link just tweeted out in what looks like Korean.
Excellent.
So I'm not sure why they did that.
We're international, baby.
Right. But I am Andy.
Chris
over here. We've got a couple guests from the Indy 11 soccer team. We have tickets to give away for the Sunday game against Morelia.
Good job. You practiced.
I did. I practiced a lot.
And you still messed it up.
We want to thank Chatham Tap and Fishers for letting us be here. You guys make sure that you tip your wait staff. They're working their asses off for you guys. So really want to appreciate everybody listening on YouTube as well. So if you have any questions, you can tweet to us, #BYBcast. Another shout out goes to our sponsor, Global Scarves. We actually got a sponsor.
Dude, it was crazy.
We're getting scarves made, so we're going to be selling podcast scarves here in the near future. So I don't know if we're going to do pre-orders. They do look good. They look really good. But huge thanks to Global Scarves, globalscarves.com. They actually sell a bunch of NASL scarves too. So check out their website. And also, if you guys want tickets to the Indy 11 game on Sunday, it's at 1:30. You can go to indy11.com. Tickets are as low as $10. If you've never been, it's a fantastic time.
And this is it's kind of a big deal because it's an international match. And you're playing a team from Liga MX, which is in NASL. You don't really get a lot of opportunity to play international matches this way, so it's kind of interesting. And we'll talk about that with our guests here as well.
Sure. And
I'm sure they're super amped.
Well, they just got back from break and they had practice today for the first time. So there's that too.
That practice was a complete crapshoot. I'm sure.
Or you can call the Indy 11 front office, 317-685-1100. That's 317-685-1100 for tickets to the game. So anyway, we're going to give out some tickets later on. We have 2 pair, so we'll have questions.
I need you guys to think of a question.
Now, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I don't want either of them to think of anything academic-wise because they're just going to stump everyone.
Yeah, especially you, Duke. I almost brought a chessboard and said, let's do this while we play and see if we can multitask.
Oh, yeah, he's like, do it.
Exactly. But question-wise, think of it could be of any subject, but we need to have a question that is not necessarily overly easy to Google, but is something that fans can find that they can win these tickets, but it needs to be a good question. So you guys got time.
Yeah, plenty of time. And we've had a couple of Indy 11 players already reach out to us and say that this show with you 2 guys on it is going to be the smartest show that we've ever done.
We're not letting that happen.
Look at Dan's like, Duke. It's all Duke. So who's our guest tonight, Chris?
Well, we got the dirty double D. Oh, wait. We're taking double D for at least an hour. I'm sorry.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead and do your thing.
No, go ahead.
No, introduce it. Just introduce it.
It's all right. Indy 11. Now, is it defender? Because you're like a central.
Dude, what do you play?
I'm kind of like a utility player. I don't really have a position.
Sure.
So,
a designated hitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
we'll go with that.
But Daniel Keller is here. Local boy.
He's if you've ever seen the Keller and Keller ads, this is the not the son.
Let's watch him go. That's me.
That's my grandpa.
Holy crap!
Is it really?
I lost a lawsuit with Keller and Keller.
And then alongside his teammate and forward striker, just knocking in goals like crazy. Now I'm going to try to pronounce the last name right. Is it Lacroix?
Close.
Lacroix. Duke Lacroix.
Yep.
Okay. So it's just going to be Duke from now on.
French.
You know what? I probably had a harder time with Lacroix than I did with Woj's name.
You're really lucky that I talked him out of buying Lacroix.
Oh, yeah. I was going to buy a 12-pack of this sparkling water.
My mom loves that just because the name is on it. She doesn't drink sparkling water. We have cases in our house for no reason. Just the last name's on
I was going to try to guess and see what was your favorite flavor.
But see, my point was that I was going to open up one of them, and I was going to say, okay, what are the chances when I shake all these up that one of them is going to explode? Now, I've opened 2 of them, so what is the probability of this? I was like, never mind. We're not doing that. Let's do this.
People don't tune in to hear that kind of stuff.
They don't.
But anyway, you guys are pretty much the newbies, if you will. Except they just signed somebody from Didn't they just sign a new player or recently?
No.
No. Okay.
So,
No, never mind.
Isn't this your job to
Breaking
know?
I don't know. This is my second full 90, so it starts early. I get it out early. I get all the mess outs.
the mess ups.
Mess ups early.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be a really good show if I have to slap him mid-show and then he just like snaps into it. He literally looks like what was it, Will Ferrell in Old School. And then he just went completely he just went. You guys see Old School, right?
When he blacks out, he
Yeah, right. He just goes into like just straight out like super.
I'm not. Yeah, it's not as bad as Frank the Tank,
right.
but it gets to that point where I'm just kind of stare, and then I'm back into it.
And mannequin.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
So a handful of games for both of you. You've been injured. How's the head feeling?
Head's feeling pretty good. I practiced for a whole week before the break with no symptoms, so that was good.
Just get all in it. Just all in it.
Yeah. You gotta get the microphone up.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, there actually was a perk to having a concussion, believe it or not. When my mom would tell me to do something and I didn't really feel like doing it, I would tell her I forgot and I had no memory from the concussion. So
wait, this is really weird to hear. Wait. When my mom would tell me to do something, so like this.
Well,
is
he's local, so he lives at home.
But
Probably.
it's just so weird though. Like,
yeah.
It's like when
John was like,
Dawson
take out
here.
the trash.
It's when Dawson was here and he was
Yeah,
like, he
that's
kept
right.
talking about his roommates.
Yep.
His parents.
Yeah, for the parents, that's right.
But yeah, that worked in my favor. Pretty
Okay.
Well.
That's
Well, now you can't have a concussion again because you basically just ruined your secret.
Yeah, that's true.
Was a bunch of
Hopefully
people,
she's not listening.
did a bunch of people come up to you and be like, "Hey, don't fall asleep, just stay up," because
No, not really. They're like, yeah, just rest and we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
So what? For those who didn't know what happened, like, explain the series of events that got you concussed.
So it was a goal kick for us. Christian hit it pretty long, and
So basically, you're saying it's Christian's
so
fault.
yeah, it started with Christian, and then one of our forwards lost the header. So whoever that was, it was partially his fault as well. And then
we don't want to call them out.
but then the defender won it, and I kind of tracked back to try to head it back the other way. But one of the forwards on Tampa Bay was coming towards me and jumped up, and I caught an elbow to the back of the head. So yeah, it happened pretty fast. I don't remember too much else.
Don't worry, most of the fans don't remember half that game either with that rain delay.
Oh yeah, it was the rain delay. Yeah,
It was a rain delay.
we went to Chatham downtown.
Trust me, there's a lot of fans I can tell you totally don't remember the last half of that game. So, all right.
Yeah, but I do remember Kyle's goal. Other than that, it's kind of a blur.
That is something to snap out of you, though. Just be like, what just happened?
Yeah, and then everybody's pretty pumped. And I remember Corey came back to the bench and like was so excited, he like shook my head, and I was like, "Dude, chill."
Oh, dude.
Come on,
But it was pretty exciting. It was worth it.
He's like, I'm going to show you what big bald assassin means.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just
Try to
killed
murder you.
Daniel. Sorry.
Now Daniel doesn't know math. Okay. And Duke, you came in. You were, from what I've heard, is they were interested in you at the beginning of the season after trials, right?
Yeah.
Because you were one of the ones that I think it was Colluder. No, it was Peter who messed up. Peter Wilt was running the Twitter account during one of the preseason games, and you were out there. And and usually on trialers they use the acronyms and like the weird like nicknames, and then you score, and he's like, "Duke just scored," and everybody's like, "Who's Duke? Does he play at Duke? Is that why they're calling him that?" And then finally Colluder was like, "Okay, well we'll just let it out. This is who it is." And but then you decided to go back to school and finish school, and then come out and like what was that the plan all along that you wanted to finish your education before you?
Yeah, I think at a certain point, after about halfway through the last semester, I realized I wasn't gonna be able to finish up early. And going 3.5 years, getting through school, I kind of just wanted to get it all under my belt. Talked to a couple people, and they said going back to school is really, really challenging. So I thought, get it out the way and see what happens if the ball lands on my court, and ended up in Indy, and it was a good fit. So it worked out in the end.
How did the that journey from, because you're from the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
How did both of you guys, and you can kind of start, but how did both of you guys get to come to play for Indy in trial for Indy?
Actually, it started my junior year. I did this program out in Chicago, FC Bridges. I don't know if you heard, they take a couple players. A couple guys actually did the program as well. And we scrimmaged Indy during their break. And I think we're going to scrimmage them again. I'm not entirely sure about that. But we scrimmaged them during the break. And bumped into Coach Regan. Coach Holm knows Coach Regan because he coached Coach Regan back in the day. And a couple connections here and there. Got a trial set up for the spring break, and next thing I know, I'm in Indy.
And you did well during your trials too.
Yeah.
I mean, you had like two goals, I think, 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3.
Yeah.
He doesn't know he scores a lot, so he's all kind
He's all kind of put
I've
together
lost
after a while.
count.
of. Man, when you got like 4.2 speed and you just score a lot of goals, you don't remember a lot because it's almost kind of like a time warp. You just kind of it's good. So, all right.
What about you, Daniel?
So I actually redshirted my freshman year in college. So I graduated in 4.5 years because I had that 5th year of playing.
And where'd you go to school?
I went to the University of Louisville.
Okay.
And then after I graduated, I got drafted by the Los Angeles Galaxy. And then I spent preseason with them and went to Europe with them. And then in like I guess you could call it my debut with them in the 80th minute, I went in for center back. I was in the game for literally like 5 minutes, and I tore my hamstring. So,
Oh no!
So then after that, they let me go, and then luckily Indy offered to bring me in and take me as a trialist, and I'm really happy to be here. That's kind of how it went down.
Was that something where did you play? So when you were playing for LA, did you play with Charlie as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew Charlie out there. He was probably one of the guys I was closer with, so I was pretty happy that.
Probably one of those reasons too that Charlie made me like, hey, take a look at this guy, maybe see if you can get him in.
Yeah, maybe. I was happy to see Charlie, coming back here because he's a great player.
One of the questions from Reddit, because there's a subreddit. Are you guys familiar with Reddit at all? Okay. Indy 11 has a subreddit.
Okay.
But somebody had a couple questions.
And below that, there's the deep web version of Indy 11 as well.
Yeah.
That part,
Yeah. You don't want
some really good content.
But one of the questions for both you guys, and I don't think Danny knows, they think maybe you're not from around here, but they were wondering, how's life been in Indy?
What?
It could be what it's like coming here. Like, have you been here before you were playing on the team?
First time was the trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously for you to be back here to play.
Yeah, it's a lot different. The last time I actually lived here, I was in high school, and although I'm still living at home, it's definitely a different feeling. Because I'm from Carmel, and I never really ventured too far outside of Carmel. But now, practicing down at IUPUI, it's kind of fun being downtown because downtown has grown so much in the past 4 or 5 years. And This is actually the first time I've gotten to see it, so that part's been really nice.
Oh, so you've been kind of being able to venture out.
Yeah, it's nice, and yeah.
What's your thoughts about Indy so far? I mean, it's been a short stay so far, but
there's 2 things. One example of one of the things I'm going to say. I couldn't put into words to describe how I felt in Indy the first couple weeks, and the term here is Hoosier hospitality.
Yeah,
and that's a little aggravating because people are too nice sometimes. Like it's weird being from the East Coast, New York, Philly, that area.
Because they're all assholes. Right?
Yeah, basically. So I go to a restaurant and I'm going through the door and I hold the door open and the person's saying like, "Oh no, after you." I'm like, "No, I got it after you." 5 minutes go by and we're both just still trying to figure out who's gonna go first. And I kind of gets a little bit pissed off at times, but yeah, real Hoosier hospitality is definitely the right expression for how I feel. So everything's going according to plan.
And are you guys big sports guys outside of soccer as well?
Not particularly. It's hard to be a Philly fan nowadays.
So it's just like, let's just stick with soccer.
Yeah, soccer's about it.
What about you?
I'm a massive Colts fan, a massive Pacers fan, and a massive Chicago Cubs fan. So don't hold that part.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with all those.
Okay, cool.
All that's good.
And
good
a
for me.
Blackhawks fan, so I'm pretty stoked they won the Stanley Cup.
It's a big year.
Yeah,
and the Cubs are actually looking somewhat decent
for once.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, definitely knock on wood. We'll find some way. To mess up though.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
First time in 10 years, not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs in
June.
Which is good. Right.
All right.
No, I'm a Cubs fan, so no, I'm right there with you. I'm just going. This is about the time where I go, well, we always got next season.
It's just part of being a Cubs fan. You're just so used to losing that you kind of embrace it.
It's gross.
We were talking a little bit off air too. And for those who don't know, here in the bar, we're actually 2 weeks from today, we're putting together a euchre tournament. So anybody who likes euchre, You guys can register at permanentrelegation.com to play in a euchre tournament on July 7th against Indy 11 play. And I think we might have just created a team with the Double Ds.
I think we had a love connection.
Oh, boom!
Oh, there it is.
Can you guys call yourself the Double Ds?
We will call ourselves.
Can we enter team names?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That might be what.
Are there costumes involved, or
I mean, they can be if you want.
what are costumes?
Or should it be D squared? Because if you're a big, huge Pacer fan, you're a little young. But that would have a
the
huge.
Davis brothers. Come on.
Yeah, but Dale Davis was D squared. Yeah, but right.
Yeah,
Davis
yeah,
brothers.
yeah.
Yes, you could be the double D's or D squared. If you're a Pacer guy, he's like, no, man, I'm from New York. Not a chance. No.
Yeah.
Well, we
Just
can't all
put that
be the
kibosh on
Anthony,
there.
we can't all be the Anthony Masons. Charles Oakley's, all right. Hey, we're the John Starks. What's up?
Boo.
Yeah,
That's just the wrong name to say in Indianapolis.
exactly.
John Starks.
Gross.
It's just disgusting. So draft-wise, tomorrow or Thursday.
I was hoping that Willie Cauley-Stein would fall to the 11th spot, but I'm guessing he'll probably be taken before that. I'd like to see Comiskey potentially. There are a lot of question marks with him, but I think he'll be okay in the NBA. I think his game's similar to Dirk's. I'm not a basketball expert, but
But I'm going to act like one right now.
it's tough. It's tough. We didn't make the playoffs, but we also have like a pretty mediocre pick. That's like the worst case scenario for the Pacers.
Right. Well, yeah, because we actually made a run at the end
Yeah.
that where had we just made the playoffs, and we probably would have, right. It's one of those where you might as well just tank the
Tank at the
season.
end, yeah.
Kind of like the Colts did when Peyton Manning went out, and then you just get Andrew Luck.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Hey, all right.
right.
Oh, that's good.
I thank God. By the way, I thank God every night that we didn't draft RG3. Every night.
Well, right. So it's been twice we've avoided that. The
Yeah.
no Ryan
Yeah,
Leaf.
Ryan
and
Yeah,
no
Ryan
RG3.
Leaf, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Ryan Leaf Peyton Manning thing.
I don't blame RG3. I blame a really, really shitty organization.
Yeah.
There's been nothing that has been set up to help that guy succeed, and they put a lot of pressure on him. I think Andrew Luck was definitely more ready.
Mm-hmm.
He was ready to go.
Yeah.
RG3 needed a little bit more time, but they definitely didn't give him the tools. They just said, "Here you go, enjoy," and it's been nothing, and you get no support.
Yeah.
The Colts organization is one of the most supportive of young players,
Right.
and not the same over there.
Yeah.
So that was really, really bad.
Yeah.
So euchre tournament.
Yeah.
So back to that. So
$50 team registration. So
Right.
$50 for the team.
and the $50 is going towards a great charity. It's Top Soccer, which helps special need kids,
Adults.
and adults.
Yep.
Play
Play organized soccer.
Right. I mean, which a lot of people don't understand is really big because building the social skills, some that may not have that ability, it's good. The organization is fantastic. So all the money raised there is going to go to Top Soccer, as well as there will be silent auctions going on for Indy 11 swag gear. So prizes for the winners. We're going to have a great Indy 11 prize package, some balls, scarves, stuff that's
sorts
not
of
even
stuff.
named. But
A $50 gift card for Chatham Tab.
right, which is
So
awesome.
Tim Regan has basically extended hours for you guys on. So Wednesday, you might start the day a little later, so you guys can come out and have fun and not worry about having to get up at the ass crack of dawn to practice.
When he was on the show, I was like, so did they get Wednesday off? He goes, you might just have him come in late. So, but on top of that, for the players, and we were talking about this off air too, is the players aren't going to want, like, and we were saying, nobody wants like
I don't think Duke wants a Duke autographed jersey.
or like, but what if you got like
Just like sign it himself?
what if you got an autographed Don Smart spatula or some Caribbean jerk, a recipe from Don Smart, or right? And so
Don
nobody wants
Smart beard oil.
No, that'd be the Christian like. He needs to do that.
Don Smart's beard now
He's
is pretty.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
rocky.
pretty good. It's good. So, I mean, Charlie Ruggs got a good beard too.
Yes.
Kind of needs some Charlie
That's
Ruggs
true.
beard oil too. But for the players, so if the players win, obviously you don't want any of that. So there are.
I can bring it up.
Why don't you show them secretly here? There are 2 official tag team world championship belts, like heavy, crazy,
Some legit stuff you can wear in the locker
Really?
room.
Oh.
Just talk all sorts of trash.
We can practice with that on. It'd be kind of sick.
I bet you could probably
Wear it
practice
under
that.
the uniform.
There you
I got
go.
it right
Or
here.
over.
Here you go. So these are the
Yeah.
official belts with the official sponsors on there.
I like
Oh
it.
yeah,
It's a mock-up, so it'll look a little bit tighter, but it's like the legit. over your shoulder. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or it's most likely going to be a 32-team single elimination. So you got to bring your game. You got to be, exactly. So 32-team. It seems like when we were having a meeting with Kaluta, we were talking about this. We're like, we don't know if we really want to do 32. He goes, that's just one more game. It's like, oh, math. That's right. It sure is. So it won't be that long. We're starting at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
But no.
Single elimination, one game only.
And no fuckery.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah. We're gonna have somebody walking around making sure.
Table talk. I'm gonna be real honest with you. You come in with the money that's being put in, since it's going to charity. If we see that stuff, you're out of here.
Trash talk is okay.
Oh, please do.
Please
better.
Make sure that you just hurt somebody's feelings.
Right. Right. I want to see people crying at a table. But table talking is going to make you cry outside.
So right now we got Duke and Dan playing. Probably, one of the guess is probably Kyle, Brian, Dylan.
Well, once we just put them in that.
Woj wants to play. Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but once we just.
Woj doesn't come in.
No, yeah, that's what he's about to say.
Now that you just put them in that spreadsheet, I think that's the last slot.
Oh,
sorry, Woj, you're out. No Woj.
Woj isn't listening.
I know. He will be. We're going to tweet it out to him. Hey, Woj, guess what? There's a message for you.
We found a partner for you at about
21 minutes in.
Uh-oh. Heads up.
Shut down the bar. So no, it's going to be good. Oh yeah, it's right. Everybody can hear.
Yeah. But it's for a great cause. So if you guys play euchre, you want to play against the team and some staff. Kaluta's coming. I mean, we've got.
How did you learn how to play euchre?
Yeah,
it's a Midwestern.
Dude, yeah. What are you doing?
I'm all about card games. That was my childhood. My brother, my dad, and my mom. Just card games, dominoes, anything with a board and challenging. That's what we did.
Let's be honest. You looked it up online. You're like, I want to learn.
No, in
card
Chicago.
games.
In Chicago, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
see, there you go. Yeah,
that's true.
We got Rakestraw and Howder are playing, and Rakestraw has been talking all sorts of trash already.
This dude laid out a burn like no other. He was talking about we're talking about winning prizes, and he goes, he tells Andy, he goes, hey, do you think you could get your girlfriend a gift that doesn't have anything to do with soccer? take her somewhere that
doesn't have to do with soccer for once.
And I was like, oh my god!
I was like, we go to stuff that's not soccer.
You couldn't even get. He still almost said soccer. We go to soccer.
I was like, I need to go to Costco to get just a jumbo can of burn salve because he just roasted me so bad, dude. It was, oh man, Rakestraw is something else, and Howder. I'll be interested to hear that the trash talk that's going to come. He'll just talk about chickens the entire time and just try to distract. Did you know that Howder brought a chicken egg from his farm? Two of them. He has like a chicken farm.
Here.
On the show. He has a chicken farm, and
So examples, or
they're shooting like a reality TV show called Coop Dreams with Brad Howder. Yeah, not joking. This is a joke. This is CoopDreams.tv, I think, is what the website is. Yeah, not Mr. Cooper's neighborhood. Yeah, not Coop Dreams. Not hanging with Mr. Cooper. But Coop Dreams is what it's called. It's all about chickens. But he wanted to make sure that we knew. Remember, I can bring these eggs here, and they don't have to be refrigerated because when they come out of the chicken, they actually have a layer, a film on them that keeps them fresh. It's just that after they're washed, that's when you need to. And the ones at the stores have been washed. Oh, yeah. That's why you have to refrigerate them. I was like, just staring at him going, this is happening right now. And Rachel's just sitting over here.
Mm-hmm. So he's in the chicken business on the side.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Raising chickens. It's weird. Got a Facebook, look up Coop Dreams. There's all sorts of stuff on it. I didn't even know about it until he on the egg carton, he actually wrote Coop Dreams in pen. And I'm like, well, what's this all about? Good marketing on his part, obviously. Yeah. But then looked it up, and he's got
a reality show.
It is. It's like a reality TV show, educational show about raising chickens and free-range chickens.
All right, we're moving on. So
his chicken coop is in like an old school bus, is what I saw too. What? Like in the middle of a field, it's just a bunch of chickens.
This is the guy color commenting your game.
So first off, have you listened to the commentary of the home games?
Yeah.
Howder gets so angry, and it goes into full coach mode because he was a coach at the Paw for so long. And he just goes to full coach, and he's like, he's like grunting and like getting really upset.
At points, Rachel's grabbing his side like, don't cuss. Man, we can't do this. Right, because Rachel's always, if you've listened to Rakestraw at all, he has the perfect voice.
Yeah, he does.
Here on 1070.
He's been doing it for like 20 years.
And like, well, so when we ended the show, I was like, all right, you got 10 seconds. Take us out really quick. And he just went right into a thing. And here at Chatham Tap Fishers here with the Permanent Relegation Podcast, make sure to watch Saturday on Soccer Saturday, blah, blah. And 2, 1, he's like, we're out. And I was like, what? But you hear him during the game, and it's very technical, and he's really talking about stuff that's happening in NASL. And then you get Howder, he's like, Jimmy, I'm doing it. It's so funny.
And like, there's why do they keep pushing it back? Oh, well, there's a guy. He's actually being a fan.
Yep.
And I went over during the U.S. Open Cup game because it wasn't televised, and I just hung out beside him, and it was the filthiest commentary I've ever heard in my entire life because the cameras and the microphones weren't on him, so all they were doing was just swearing and cussing the entire time.
The same one unedited, right? Which is great. So all right, so moving on.
We got a Twitter question.
Go for it.
We got a Twitter question from Katie Chupacabra.
Chupacabras.
That's a name.
No, it's not Chupacabra. That's what you call him, though. But since Sunday's game is international, what's the etiquette for Americans during a foreign national anthem?
Don't be dicks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Number one,
Basically.
don't quit. Do not start shouting USA every single time you play a team in Canada. You play a team in Mexico. You don't need to make this a national thing. Just be about your team. Just be about your. Sorry, I just jumped on this little box here. I hate every single time.
This happens.
It doesn't matter what sport it is. Instantaneously, it becomes a USA. I'm like, why? What? It's not USA versus them. It's literally Indy 11 versus Maryland. So, anyways.
Sorry, one more thing. The crazy part about it being a Mexican Mexican team as well is that for some reason, American fans, like soccer fans, like hardcore American soccer fans, well, not for some reason, but they hate anything Mexican.
I swear to God, if I also hear Dos a Cero, I'll be like, we are not playing the Mexican national team. This is not like somebody's going to come with a shirt that says Dos a Cero, and somebody there is going to go. It's just going to end.
The weird part about that too is it's going to be a 50-50 crowd probably too.
Really?
It'll be a lot of Mexican fans there.
Okay, so
I went to a drive-through today.
Yeah.
And had this on. Yeah. And somebody was like, "You going to the game?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he was Hispanic dude. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to the game. We'll see you there."
So I don't know if
I'm
you guys.
Okay. That doesn't normally happen.
You play for Indy 11. I get this, but maybe you don't follow everything they do, even though it's your team. I'm just kidding. Okay. So this whole week, they literally have been out throughout the entire Latino community. Well, in the east side, south, all there. There is major fanfare that they're bringing over. Like there are like random stores that have this game postered in both
full size, like door.
It's nuts.
Doors, posters, full size.
Yeah, you can see there's even some over. It's over by Franklin and Pendleton Pike, and there's a couple different marts over there. Nope, and it's got the Indy 11 badge and it's got the Marina badge on there. It's really, really awesome. So, no, I think you may see definitely a half and half, which will be really weird because you guys are now. Let's be honest, you're spoiled in NASL having the crowd that you have. That's going to be like, yeah. And then you're going to be like, wait a minute, what's this other cheering? That's not for us. That's not right at all. Is this a away game? So anyway, back to the how do you feel? The etiquette.
Completely agree. It's not an international game. It's our 11 versus their 11, and that's how it's going to be. Even in international games for the fanfare to be like that, like good thing to have your nationalism, good thing to be all for your country. But at the end of the day, it's soccer. It's a team versus a team rather than a country versus a country. So pride is good for the fans, but just keep it on the field a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know too many other teams or why when you're at a World Cup that you hear just start yelling out. You don't just start hearing Germany. Like you don't really hear. There's weird.
The nationalism here is very different than any other national team.
Have you guys seen Blackhawks games where they like during the national anthem they'll just start like screaming?
Yeah.
Like
same thing with Boston games too.
Really?
Yeah. The Boston's national anthem is done by just like a real famous, the guy who sings their national anthem is widely known across the NHL for doing it, and it's a big thing that they do.
That's insane.
And it's just like the Blackhawks where they're just screaming it the whole time.
That's insane.
Okay, so etiquette.
I agree with Duke. I'm very, very patriotic, but like you said, you got to leave it on the field. There doesn't need to be any tension in the national anthems. That just leave it. Let it be.
Don't tell us what to do, Daniel. We're gonna fight.
They were asked.
That's right. Okay. So all right. So you guys went back to practice today. So preparation, game plan. Give us your take. I mean, how do you guys feel about this? I mean, obviously, you come off again a few games. You get the taste in the water of the team, and then you kind of take a small break. You come back in, and it's like boom, right into an international game right off the bat. So I mean, tell us how you guys are feeling.
I mean, basically, Tim just said the game is happening. He hasn't said much outside of that. We just have our game plan. Good thing about Tim and the coaching staff is that they focus on us, and that's the most important thing. If we're playing well, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. Just give 100% when we play. So right now, it hasn't even really been mentioned. Nothing about the team, the fans. It's the first we've really heard about and talked about in depth. It's about being here the first game or first practice, and making sure we're prepared at least for the weekend rather than thinking about the team and the task at hand.
The nice thing is it's a smaller break than, I mean, you guys weren't on the team last year, but last year's break was so long because of the World Cup.
Yeah.
And with this international friendly, your guys' is like 2-week break turned into maybe like a 4-day break. But the good thing about that though is that your momentum is at a high right now, especially.
You gotta want to play. Like, you gotta when you come off the way this spring, you're just like, no. Like, we gotta get a game. I want to get a game. Right. You guys are going after random futsal courts around, just like schooling kids. Like, I gotta stay in form. So it's good. So I mean, how do you feel? I mean, you're ready. So you've been cleared. You're medically.
I'm
concussion
good.
protocol is good.
Yeah, and like you said,
for at least another hour.
I thought the length of the break was perfect.
Okay.
I don't think much longer than 4 days is necessary, because after that you kind of lose some fitness. You lose your sharpness, your touch. So I thought the length of the break
you
was
lose all
perfect.
that in 4 days.
Yeah, especially fitness. Yeah.
We know all about that.
Yeah, dude, I don't lose my fitness in 4 days.
I lose my fitness in 4 minutes.
Well, today at practice, like, it felt like I hadn't touched the soccer ball in a month.
Wow.
And,
you kind of, game-wise, you kind of have it.
True. but I practiced the previous week. But, no, it was good to just, get back on the field, get the lactic acid out. And today wasn't going to be the sharpest of our practices, but it's just nice getting back on the field. And like Duke said, we're just focusing on us. And, we have the guys that we have the talent on the team. Tim and Jurgen both said that. So, going into all these games, it's just focusing on us. So.
Another question from Twitter, and this one's for Duke. How did you decide to go to Penn versus schools that gave an athletic scholarship?
Wow.
Not really.
Oh, no, it's just a good question. Yeah.
I think it started far back. As I mentioned, I have an older brother, 2 years older than me. And my entire life basically has been chasing. If you have an older sibling, you kind of live in their shadow a little bit, chase their footsteps. And it started off in high school. I went to a private high school because he was looking at private high schools. Got a little bit of head start in that. And then from that high school, basically at least 30% of the school went to Ivy League schools, and just kind of felt right. My parents put a heavy emphasis on education. Soccer doesn't last forever. I'm going to be 40 someday. So that's the plan, and the plan is to play soccer for as long as I possibly can. I love it, but at some point it's going to end. You want to do something you're interested in, to be educated, to pursue other interests, and have the option for other avenues. And Penn, Ivies, things like that, definitely were the route. And Philly, I knew the coach at Penn, got a chance to visit there. I only visited 2 schools actually, and Philly felt right, so that's why I decided to go.
On top of that, to decide to play soccer. When was that for both of you guys? When was that your moment where you clicked and you're like, okay, I'm going to play soccer, and this is the position I'm going to play? Other than Dan, obviously, because he plays every position. But
funny you asked that. Actually, I have a picture. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but
you can send it to me. We tweet it out.
Yeah. So my dad played, so soccer was inevitable. My brother played. And I actually have the picture of the first team I ever played on.
What was their name? You remember their name?
I got to read the jerseys.
Peanuts.
Hogan's Country.
The Peanuts.
Oh.
Jackson Peanuts. That's my dad in the yellow, and then that's me all the way on the right. That's the very first time I played organized soccer.
I'm going to be real honest with you. The fact that you were like, that's me way on the far right. Really? I'm just saying, when you go through and you look at the photo, I'm just like, I couldn't find you, sir. No, it's just really funny.
We'll try to tweet that out.
No, dude, that's funny because I found, it was probably less than a month ago, I found my first Little League one. And I make the joke about Hogan's Country Kitchen because that was our sponsor. I was like, how How is Hogan's Country Kitchen a sponsor?
My first soccer team was the Orange Crush.
Wasn't that
That's a
like
drink. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's a drink.
it was. But our
Yeah,
team was
sponsored
the
by the
Orange.
drink.
No, it was just the Orange Crush.
No, they didn't have the rights. They were sued shortly
It was
afterwards.
sponsored by those little barrel drinks that were different colors.
Dude,
Quarter water.
those are called quarter waters. Right.
Those are amazing.
That's right.
Barrel drinks are the best.
Up in Wabash, they call them barrel water.
Yeah,
I
see?
called them the barrel
All right.
Oh my God.
These two are like
Quarter water.
We're like, yeah, all right.
I guess that's my 42nd in post.
Yeah, that's your east side.
So no, but I looked at the coach and I was like, holy shit, the coach totally looks like a meth head. He's got long hair, it's all scraggly. But I was like, why did my parents allow him to coach us? Like, this is so scary. So suspect. Your picture's way better because you're dead. Everybody's all like smiling. My kids were kind
The
of
funny
like,
thing about that picture too is that every coach in any kind of little league or soccer or any kind of kids thing always was leaning in like towards the side. They were never hardly ever standing up. It was always the guy like
Sideways.
trying to get to their level so it doesn't look way taller than everybody else.
that's good. All right, so you started playing, and then when did you decide I'm going to be the guy that scores all the goals?
With the goals goes to glory. So when you're younger, you want to be the one at the end of the finish.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. Just
All
want
right.
to score as much
So
as
you're a
possible.
soccer player. Were you a soccer fan of, international?
Who's your club? Who's your
Yeah,
club?
Arsenal, actually, and I think that has a little bit to do.
Who's closing all this up?
Rip that ball with that. Okay. All right.
2004 was the first year where international soccer really came to my attention. I was
Okay.
old enough to actually register and follow a team.
Big Henri fan.
Huge Henri fan, and that was the year that Arsenal went undefeated.
Yeah.
And the first year I started legitimately playing for a travel team rather than the Peanuts team, upgraded a little bit.
Who'd you play for?
NJSA.
Okay.
And that was the year the club actually founded. Like, a lot of things came together in 2004.
Wow.
So
It was meant to
Arsenal,
be.
club coming together,
Yeah.
position as a striker, first year playing organized competitive soccer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So for you, sir,
Your story.
Follow that up.
I have a
More talk
few.
about barrel drinks.
barrel drinks, barrel juice.
Barrel drinks.
Actually,
Barrel juice.
the days that I probably missed the most about soccer were those like rec league games where you got your Capri Sun afterwards. And
Oranges
your
at
granola
halftime.
water. Oh my god, those were amazing.
So that's you know what? We're putting a request to Tim
Yeah,
Regan right
yeah,
now.
do it
I already
right
did.
now.
We have a little
Suns.
request box. I put the no card in oranges. All I wanted was orange slices.
And Capri Suns, apparently.
Uh,
Orange slices is complete.
Barrel water.
Dude,
Orange slices, barrel water.
No, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're a professional now. You could just get your own oranges. I'm sure you could go Molly.
There's actually a
Molly,
supermarket downstairs where I live.
just bring them in anyways.
Yeah.
So you can make a call back. Can Molly Kruger get me some orange
Yes.
slices? So
Molly Kruger will do it too.
okay. So for you,
So my first like soccer memory was it was snowing during one of our games. I was wearing snow pants underneath my shorts in a winter coat underneath my jersey.
Now, were you wearing like snow boots or soccer boots?
I was wearing cleats, but like I was wearing snow pants under my shorts, and I was probably like 5 or 4.
Giant marshmallow.
shin guards underneath the sno pants. Or
It must have
On top. He has
Actually,
them
I think it might have been on
strapped
top.
You know what? With snow pants, you don't need shin guards really because everything's going to absorb anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't about being cool back in the day. It was about safety.
No,
for my
man, it's
mom. So,
functionality.
Back in the day for a 23-year-old is way different than back in the day for me.
And it really is. I keep thinking, I'm like, there's like a decade difference here, man. It's like,
and I remember it was like snowing. I was like, this isn't fun. I want to quit. I want to, I don't know, do something else. Play video games.
Yeah, right.
So I was actually a big like gamer growing up, and I kept playing like on the Carmel Dads Club team, which is like the rec league here in town.
Yep.
And I was like with all my friends. So I eventually like ended up winning a few championships in rec, and I just wanted to do that like the rest of my life or until I graduated like high school.
I want to.
So
I don't want to play for United
Yeah,
or
no.
no. I just want to play on rec league.
that's honestly what I wanted
so,
to
so
do.
you're 17. You cannot be on the Carmel Dads Club. This is like 10-year-olds,
I just
right?
wanted to play
I know because my
rec
daughter
leagues.
play on there.
Play rec leagues and play NHL 96 for the rest of my life.
NHL 95.
Well, it's funny you say that because my dad was like, you need to try out for Carmel United.
Yeah.
And like the team that was going to be like the U9s, they had already like played together in like indoor nationals or something.
Right.
I was really intimidated of them, and I didn't want to join them. I wanted to stay with my friends, and I threatened to just quit soccer. My dad said, if you try out for Carmel United, I will get you the Tony Hawk Pro Skater
There you
video
go.
game on
The
Nintendo
first one?
64.
The first one was the best.
The blue cartridge.
Yeah.
Three. No,
First one was still
First
the
one
best.
was it was
I think
classic.
Three was
Well,
such a good.
Was 3 on N64 though?
No, 3 was on PlayStation.
Yeah,
Okay.
PlayStation.
Well, yeah, I didn't
man.
have PlayStation.
PS2. It was on PS2.
See, when the whole next gen thing happened, I went Sega other than PlayStation.
I had a
Sega guy.
Dreamcast. Dude,
Oh,
we
you
had
went
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Dude, I had Dreamcast.
Oh, I had
I had
Dreamcast.
original Xbox and play.
I just Sega
dude.
CD. What are you talking about?
Dude, I'm the guy that was rocking. Keep in mind, this is now still the
You're the
house where
Walkman
between
guy?
my wife. Yeah, I have Walkman. Of course, and Discman.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, until Discman
you
came
couldn't
in.
run.
You had to hold it like this
It's an
in the car.
anti-skip, but even if you put it in your pocket, which
Oh, anti-skip, yeah, dude. No, when anti-skip came out, dude, that was like a game changer for us. We're like, oh, dude, look at this. I can jiggle it.
yes.
My Snow album is never gonna. Right.
Snow.
12 inches of snow is never gonna skip ever again. Right.
Oh God.
Okay. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you what, dude. The Chronic is never ever gonna do it ever. Okay. So. It's all right. So how did you?
So my dad ended up getting the game for me. I went to tryouts, had like the best tryout of my life, made the team, and then
So Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 credited you for your career in soccer.
one.
Oh, one.
One,
Sorry.
yeah.
Credited you for the career in soccer.
I've considered
And
like
you guys
writing
got it
a
in my
letter
head
to
now.
Tony Hawk. I've considered it.
Do it.
I think I should.
I think you should too. We'll tweet them out.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably still be playing video games. Probably still be playing Carmel Dad's Club.
He'd be that creepy guy that's out there. Even at 23, is like, hey, girl, you're growing up real good out there. Like a creepy uncle hanging out at the barbecue.
Who's your club, by the way?
Actually, around the same time, Duke started
I'm
watching
loving
Arsenal.
this utter disrespect to this scarf over here. He just keeps slamming his sweaty drink all over me. I'm just messing with you, too. I'm just
He's put his ring on that before too.
Yeah, when I got like really serious into soccer, my dad bought like Fox Soccer Channel or whatever
Yeah.
it's called, and I think it was after, it must have been after Arsenal was good. Chelsea was like really, really good with like Jose Mourinho. Yeah, sorry guys.
Jose Mourinho just what? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
This is the
So-
first coming.
It was the first coming. It was Jose Mourinho's first year. That was the first year I started watching soccer, and I liked what I saw. So I'm a loyal fan. Go Blues.
No.
We're just surrounded by this.
I heard
shit.
it, yeah.
Why don't you
I
guys
heard
just
yeah,
flip?
too,
You need
but
to
no,
flip flop.
no.
No, you got your
Oh, there we go. Guy in the Bud Light shirt. Yeah.
It's all right. 2004 was the last time Arsenal did anything good anyway. And
Besides finish fourth.
Before that,
Yeah,
Champions?
besides, finishing fourth every year. But says the guy who's a United fan that last year didn't make either the Europa or
I
Champions
want
League.
one player to come on here and say they root for anybody in La Liga. Just anybody.
Yeah, because he's a La Liga guy. He's a Real Madrid guy. So,
It's all good. Whatever. Hey.
and it's not like the where they won La Decima and now I'm a Real Madrid fan. He's like 96 Real Madrid, like way back in the day.
It's okay. So let's just never ever say the name Jose Mourinho at this table ever. Ever. So moving on.
Moving on.
It's
that's
it's
good,
kind
though.
of cool. You guys both put your heads down like synchronized.
Sure.
I said Jose Mourinho.
Oh,
That's impressive.
We've been friends for a while. It kind of happens like that. That's why we do a podcast, to be honest.
What? We should.
Yeah, we should do a podcast. We should record this for some reason.
It's just terrible enough that people might listen to this train.
That's why we call it permanent relegation. Because
That's
we
true.
just keep getting
That is
relegated.
why we do it. Right? Exactly. Never going to the A League.
No, never playing with the big boys.
Right. Yep.
Another question from Reddit. What was your guys' first professional goal?
Like actual goal or like attainment goal?
Actual goal. Back in the net goal.
See, this is somebody who's
Yeah, I know.
extremely educated. He's like, well, that can mean multiple things. So the literal sense would be, I play soccer and then I score goals. But really, I did have life goals.
Yeah, and pretty
So-
soon Dan's going to bring out the stock market on Wall Street and be like, I got to check.
Did anybody see how the nice finish today? NASDAQ, I tell you what, is on.
Let's talk stocks. Okay? This is the stock portion of the
Hence
show.
why he brought up Wolf of Wall Street earlier. He's like, as soon as he saw the news coming out, he was like, yeah, dude, I'm
It's me.
buying that.
It's me.
Right, it's me. So,
Anyway, first
goal.
professional goal.
You know what? Give me both. What was your first professional goal, and then your first professional goal?
My first professional goal is to be on a team. So that
Well, that happened.
is a start.
Well, hey, that happened. Welcome.
Next goal is definitely be a starter. Definitely make impact every single game. Those are little day-to-day
Hold on.
goals. There's some broader ones too.
Hold on,
but-
I want to kind of combat you on that though.
Yeah.
Is that you have every game that you've been in, you have made an impact every single game. I mean, you're the second.
But he prefaced it by being
I
a starter.
understand that. I understand, but like every game that you came in, and Dan's over here nodding his head like, yeah. Every game that you come in, something has happened. Like there's been a spark. You're like, you and Don right now are
I was
like
gonna
the
say,
super
don't you
subs.
take that away from Don.
No,
because
they
Don-
both
that's
are.
Don's thing.
They both are the super subs right now.
Don's like,
Because
I'm not
every time that
cooking
you
for
come in, you just first off, you run at a different speed than I've ever seen anybody run before. And then secondly, it's just like everything has happened, and you've created goals, you've scored goals.
It's
after you came in.
imagination. That's a huge thing. Which you can have all the skill in the world, but you have to have a little bit of imagination to go. Let's just see what happens, and that's kind of what I think. Not necessarily what's been lacking. Not saying that, but there's definitely a
Oh,
need.
did it mess up again? We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're there's a need to have players with imagination because that's what ultimately ends up creating something where you see things in a little different way. So yes, I would agree with that. Impact, yeah, okay. I appreciate the modesty here. This is good. I just want to be relevant. That's all.
So then, first professional goal.
was the last one.
Yep.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
And you got a brick too, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a brick first goal.
Where's
yeah.
the brick at?
In my room, actually, on my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, sitting pretty.
The guy who basically creates those bricks and that kind of stuff. He's one of the capos on the Brickyard Battalion,
Yeah.
like who's leading the chants and stuff like that. And he always wants to know. He always thinks that players are just gonna like, well, whatever. But then the last few people, like when Kyle got the brick for that deep goal,
Scream.
Didn't you say it was on the
yeah.
mantle?
Yeah, it was like it's on his mantle, like a
Yeah.
trophy. He's like, people actually care. This is awesome.
It's really a cool concept.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
break
it's
your
pretty
battalion and get the brick. You know?
So what's your first goal and your goal? This turned into a two-parter. which is
My
good.
first, I guess, aspirational goal was, like Duke said, just to get signed by a team. I've had that goal since I started
you got Tony
becoming
Hawk.
since I got Tony Hawk, which is when I started becoming serious about soccer. But I'm happy that goal was accomplished. And then the first professional goal I scored was actually 2 months ago in practice. Because I've not scored a real goal yet, so
Okay, I mean,
does that answer count?
yeah, of course it counts.
Okay, yeah, and I'm a defender. I know I said utility, but
Yeah,
I
Hey,
play something defensive. So
Kyle Highland's a defender. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
gonna go take a lap.
Yeah, right.
Well, I was going to say you have to be in the game to score.
True.
The people aren't giving you elbows out there.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
True.
flying elbows,
This
man.
is
This
true.
poor guy.
Forearms to the face.
Do you know who it was? Because we're going to find out. We're going to find out who
It was number 28 or 29. The guy that got red carded in that game.
Okay. Was it the guy who got red carded?
It was the guy that got red carded.
Okay, so it wasn't 28. No, because 28.
No, it was
28
Balshin.
plays and friends of his.
No, 28
The
is,
guy who
is my
scored the
wife's
first goal for Tampa Bay.
Balshin. Yeah.
Wait, what
Rich
was his last
Balshin.
name?
Rich Balshin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't him.
No,
It
no,
wasn't
he's a
him.
nice guy.
Yeah. He's from Carmel.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
He
yeah.
literally lived across the street from my wife.
He recorded his wedding. He was the videographer
For my wedding. Yeah, that's just really weird. I was like, it's kind of weird. Like Rich Balshin's out there playing and he recorded my wedding. So, anyways, yeah. So, no, it's funny when you were bringing up like the whole Carmel United thing because my wife went to that whole program and then played for Carmel for 4 years
Yeah.
and they were on the dream team of the women's where they won 2002, 3, 4,
Oh, yeah,
5.
she was on that team.
All 4 years. Yeah, as a
Wow.
starting goalkeeper.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Larkin.
Right, with Kruger.
Yeah.
With all them, yeah, exactly. Larkin, and then went on to Butler and played all 4 years at Butler. So
Wow.
yeah, it's so funny to hear you like, dude, you can't play dance club forever. Carmel United was the play to go, which is now the Indiana Fire.
Yep.
Been changed and everything. So all right, so you want to score a goal, so we got to find a way. I mean, I got to get us 2 points back. I think I've made up the 2 points.
So we got, now that you brought it up, you actually brought it up. We have to explain the 2 points.
No, because I've already made it up.
What's the 2 points?
I owed the team 2 points.
So
since
during a
the-
game,
No,
during a game,
I will tell you exactly when it was. It was against the Railhawks.
yeah, that we were
And there was a ball that rolled out.
up 1-0.
Whatever. A ball rolled out.
Chris is
I'm
taking pictures.
Okay, can I go? You want me to tell it? I really enjoy your
Okay, go ahead.
your emphasis over here. Okay, so ball rolls out. I'm trying to help my boy Christian out. I'm like, I'm off the field, but it's coming off the end line, and so I'm just gonna give it a little tap just to stop it, and he just starts screaming at me. no. And he was in whatever, and it was already too late. I gave a beautiful left foot stop, boop, pop, I let it go, and he just shakes his head at me. And so, yeah, but so when we had Brad Ring and Dawson on the show, I'm telling the story, and Brad Ring looks at me, he goes, were we up 1-0? I said, yep. He goes, idiot. You should know better. He's like, you should know better, bro. Oh, bud.
Yeah,
I was like,
know better, brother.
so basically then they told me now I owe them 2 points because we lost that game. I was like, oh, because I touched the ball. Okay.
Yeah, Dawson was like, even if ball boys pass it to me,
I go,
like,
oh my
give
God,
it to me, and we're up. I'm just, oh, whoops.
I'll just let it go up to the 18. Yeah, exactly. So
at least, Henry got screamed at like a ball boy from Christian. He just angry
In German or
have you guys ever witnessed when you're out there? Have you ever heard him screaming at ball boys or ball girls?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It happens. Now because we're back there, he'll usually point to us and be like, hey, talk to that ball boy. So I'll have to do the coaching for the ball boy. Be like, I'm just
super
slow it down
scary.
a little bit.
Yeah, so
Because you're going to get screamed at by a giant German.
we realized after a couple shows of having him on here, and he's talked about how he goes into his game mode, that pretty much Christian just blacks out for about 90 minutes, and he becomes a totally different guy. And then all of a sudden he comes out and he's like, oh, hey, everybody. And he talks. And he gets in game like, do not speak to him. Like, it just gets really, really weird.
Before we get to the next question, let's get a question for 2 tickets.
Okay.
From either of you guys. And because people on the internet are looking up.
sets.
It could be Googleable, but you want to make it hard. Oh, you got one?
I think I got one.
All right, Dan's got one.
What was Lupe Fiasco's last album?
Uh-oh.
Title.
Laser, right?
No, you're done. I thought we had something we were talking about, J. Cole. Tetsu and Youth. Just came out. Dude, best album ever.
He's a major Lupe fan.
Changed everything.
Like crazy.
That album
Lupe
came
fan.
out. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No.
I'm
I was
tell you.
pondering the
All right.
answer.
8-minute song, Mural. Mural. Okay, so
Is it old Lupe or new Lupe?
No, it's brand new that just came out. It's his
No,
last
no.
thing. Oh.
Not stylistically.
Stylistically, it's another level of Lupe you've never heard. 8 minutes, no hook, of making not double, not triple, anywhere between triple and quadruple entendres per thing. Where you listen to 8 minutes nonstop and you go.
I'm gonna have to get that.
You're gonna listen at least 20 times before you can pick up half of what's said. Anyways, so moving on. Sorry.
Okay.
Question.
I don't know if this is a great question, but because I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I'm not positive.
Okay, well, you better after you ask it, you better look it up
Okay.
because these are for 2 tickets for Sunday's game, 1:30.
And if you put us in a weird bind where we have to start defending and battling out, dude.
And if anybody here in the bar wants to go to the game on Sunday, we're going to give away a couple tickets if you can answer this question correctly. So pay attention.
In the past few weeks, if you've looked up into the sky at night, there are 2 planets that have been visible. What are those 2 planets?
Well then,
One I believe
Dude,
was
you know
actually
this?
covered by the moon last week,
Look at-
and it was really, really funny, actually.
so over the past 2 weeks,
Few weeks.
there has
I noticed it a few weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks
so a few weeks ago, there was 2 planets in the sky that are
have
visible.
been visible. Yeah.
Naked eye visible?
Naked eye visible.
Okay.
Like they look like big stars.
Okay. What 2 planets are they? For 2 tickets to Sunday's Morelius game. 1:30 at the mic.
Did we ever figure out if the tailgating thing is going down or not? I mean, I know it's Sunday and it's
People are
early.
talking about it, but
I mean, people get really early on
Day
Sunday.
drinking?
Colts,
Yeah, whatever.
Colts games, people get there and like tailgate early in the
I'm
morning.
sure there'll be some kind of tailgating going
I went to
on.
a Colts game. It was like 8:30 in the morning. I was drunk. I mean,
Some Lord Twerk had an answer, but I don't want to give it out because he said he can't go though.
okay.
But it is. Let me show this to Dan. While we're looking it up, there's a question from Reddit for Duke. Where's the name Duke come from? Because obviously that's not your first name.
Nope. First name is Marcus.
Yeah.
And
you know that by following you on Twitter at mduke Lacroix.
Yep.
Spell that out.
So the nickname Duke came from actually that first team I played on. They were the first legitimate travel team. So 04, there were 2 Marcuses on the team. And when you're like 7 to 10 years old, when there's people with 2 names, that just confuses the crap out of out of little kids. You know, someone says Marcus, 2 kids looking, all of a sudden the play's dead. Like we can't function after that. The other Marcus didn't have a nickname, and so my coach looks at me and he goes, "So you have a nickname?" I'm like, "Yeah, my cousin, my grandma, my aunt call me Marky Duke," and they're like, "Marky Duke, all right, sure, just Duke, that's fine. Duke is fine."
There you go.
And then that's kind of transcended. People don't know my first name.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
I wonder,
we've got the.
I wonder if the Bink will have that.
Maybe
that'd be pretty cool.
I still think a kit with Bink on the back. He calls his son the Bink, and so because he's a little baby.
But the Bink, most people don't realize, is actually an old Italian and an Irish term for a gentleman who is extremely dapper, well dressed and dapper. Yes, he's very Bink. He's very Bink tonight. Hey, that guy over there is real Bink tonight. Right.
It's true. Katie Chupacabra won the tickets.
And the answer was?
Lord Twerk had it right,
okay,
but he can't go. So the answer was Venus and Jupiter.
That's correct.
Were visible from the naked eye a few weeks ago. Hopefully Neil Tyson isn't listening right now to dispute or to explain why.
Well, he would tell us, and it would be amazing, and he would go into a 10-minute dissertation, and we would all be much more elevated mentally because we'd listen to him.
What's your degree in?
Sociology.
Why sociology?
You like the way people work?
Roughly, but a roundabout way going about it. So sociology is really broad category, and the more broad something is, the less applicable it is to work, which is kind of a weird thing to think about.
Yeah.
But I started.
People want concentration.
Yeah. So Penn has a great finance and engineering and nursing school. So I started off in engineering my freshman year, and at some point I was just like, all right, this is way too much. Like I have to decide between engineering or soccer because I want to play at a certain level. And that's what I wanted to do for basically as long as possible. And so I took a sociology class actually freshman spring, and it just kind of clicked. There's no real reason. And I took a couple other classes, and then I was just like, all right, I'm gonna change out of engineering, go to sociology. Slightly easier, but more interesting for me at least.
Lesser caseload, like course load, and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you, sir?
I was finance and economics.
Why?
Well, wait a minute. Well, there you go. There's your stock market right there. So we got you into that.
Yeah, we had an Indy 11 player say that you like to look at stocks on a regular basis.
Really?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Probably a giant German man that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I mean,
you're like, well, okay.
I can't say I'm not gonna say anything bad.
A career in finance isn't as fulfilling as something like sociology, but you know, in undergrad I liked taking all my finance classes. I'm pretty good with numbers, and I didn't mind, you know, doing all the detailed work of putting valuations on companies, and it's something that I could see myself doing someday.
All right, any stock tips right now?
Right now.
Let's go to electronic companies. Electronic companies.
Fitbit's IPO did well.
Yeah.
What did they end up? What did they open at?
I don't know off the top of my head. I know
they did well.
Their shares jumped like 40% on the first day, though.
Jeez.
Yeah, they. What's funny is somebody who deals with Fitbit daily.
Yep.
Quite a bit.
This guy.
It's really, really funny, like how they've been able to market. They've been able to market as being like the guys of doing this. Like this is where Jawbone really failed in comparison. Jawbone, Garmin, all these guys really failed in comparison. And honestly, is Fitbit the best one there is? No, not even. But it's just funny how this works out. You get that one company that grabs that niche and they just hit that marketing.
Right.
It's the same deal Apple did.
Right.
Do they make the best smartphone? Not even close.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. It's guess what? People's perception is that's what it is. You're done.
Yeah.
They don't even have to market a product. They market a feature.
Yeah.
And when you get to a point where you can just market one feature and you can sell an entire group of devices,
Right.
you just hit it. And that's basically, I mean, Fitbit, look at what their marketing campaign is at this point. A dude who's out of shape who wants to run with some hot chick. And so he gets his heart rate monitor. And they're selling a bajillion charge HRs based on that one thing.
That's the craziest thing, too, is that some of those ideas in terms of just an advertising campaign, and this is all fresh in my head because I was just at a marketing/advertising conference yesterday.
Yeah.
That some of the best ones can be all fit on a notepad, like one sentence on a Post-it note. As long as it's just okay. Well, fat guy wants a hot chick. needs to work out. That's
Done.
Dude.
How do we do this? And that's it. And you go.
They focused on Coke Zero. You remember when Coke Zero had Coke Zero tastes so much like Coke, they want to sue us.
Right.
And it was basically a whole campaign of Coke wanting to sue themselves and bringing actual lawyers and talking to them and be like, I want to sue them for taste infringement because it tastes so much like a regular Coke. And it was just a simple idea that could fit on a Post-it note. It's just so weird how that kind of works that way. Another question from Reddit for Duke again. Who would win in an
Sorry, sir. Sorry, dude.
All right.
Now, we had some both in there, but somebody wants to know who would win in a academic decathlon.
It's like old school.
You or anybody else from the team?
I think
it's like, yep.
Honestly, I think it's a toss-up. There's a lot of different things. I don't think I'm the brightest guy, but I know a lot of general things. I think people could possibly know more. You know, it depends.
So
Depends on what
you're going to
the
trivia
decathlon
night.
contains.
Yeah, you're going to a trivia night, like a bar trivia night. There could be some stuff that
Quizzo.
you're really.
Yeah, Quizzo is kind of my thing.
All right.
We got to
Tell us about the Industrial Revolution. So you see, industry was like the dog. And then, right, exactly. And that, my friends, was a revolution. You, sir, at no point in your
Nearby football rules.
right. Everybody,
you were awarded You awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, that's another thing we should do is do a Indy 11 trivia night. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So John Dawson will answer golf questions.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and one more for him too.
Did Dawson talk about golf when he was on?
When does Dawson not talk about golf?
Well, no. What he talked about is that he hasn't really been able to golf. Oh wait, his face.
I think every day after training, Dawson's like, "Yeah, I'm going golf."
Have you guys played some foot golf yet?
No, I
never
heard
played
about
football.
that.
Never played.
It's like the holes are a little bit bigger. You put
They're
soccer
giant
ball.
hole. Yeah, basically,
There's
it's a
somewhere around
regulation
here, right?
football.
So 300. Yeah, there's a couple different places. One down in Franklin. There's one up near Cicero.
No, there's a couple in town that have foot golf courses too.
Yeah, but it's so instead of 300, 400,
we tried it.
300 feet. Yeah, 300 feet, 400 foot, that type deal, and par 3, par 4, par 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right generally linked with a normal golf course, and they kind of have its own little.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's
The Brickyard Battalion is actually going to put on another. They did one last year. Do a golf like pro-am.
Kept telling my wife.
Foot golf pro-am. So that
That'd
you
be
guys
fun.
can play. And apparently news outlets were there like covering it last year. And there was and Dawson actually has it as his. That's what his thing is on Twitter, where he ate it trying to tee off. It like slipped and fell, and it was like all on camera the entire time. He's like, you know what? To get in front of that, you just got to go and put it out there and just say, you know what? Here it is.
Get out.
You're gonna make fun of me, but I'm gonna put it out there, and it's gonna be a lesser.
I kept telling my wife because goalkeepers always think they got just such huge legs because they put. And I was like, listen, it's like they always say in golf, man. You drive for show, putt for dough.
That's
Except
right.
for even though it may take me 6 shots to get up there, but I'm gonna hit that one putt, baby. And then she's like, cool. I put it in 3 because I drove 100. I'm like, oh, excellent. I hate you.
Putting in foot golf is the worst thing ever.
Nah, that's great. I can handle that. And chipping and all that, that's perfectly fine.
It
Driving,
was just so bad,
not my thing.
so bad. It
Oh
was
my
so bad.
God, it was really bad. I mean, we got worked by a chick.
A chick who played collegiate
All right,
soccer,
fair
though.
enough. That's
Okay,
true. I shouldn't say that's true.
and it's your wife,
It is my wife. That's true. All right, I'll give her that.
your baby mama.
That's true. Hey,
Beat your ass in some foot golf.
that's true. She can also beat some people's asses in video games too. So
Yeah, she's
it's all
a
good.
killer Halo player.
Destiny, Halo. Oh yeah, go.
Just destroy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about. I mean, we're probably gonna wrap it up here shortly.
Shoot. Well, wait a minute.
It's like 5
I
after
say
9.
let's let them interview us. So
that's
go,
a horrible
okay,
idea.
no, let's don't do that. All right.
So, obviously, spring season. We got kind of got to talk about Indy 11 a little bit here because you guys obviously on the team.
We just want to know about you guys. We just,
It's
we
pretty
wanna
much
know
how it
about-
goes.
Exactly.
But your thoughts on the spring season? You kind of came in halfway through, but I don't know how much of it you followed for last year's spring season, but it was drastically different. Kind of what's team mentality, changing of the coach, all that kind of stuff happened all in a small spring span. What's kind of your guys' thoughts on how the spring season went?
Yeah. I actually haven't been here much longer than Duke's been here, but what I noticed, I came in when we sort of went on that losing streak, and something that I was kind of impressed with the whole time is there wasn't really a sense of panic, just maybe a little more urgency. Sorry, I can't talk.
You get choked up about it, man.
I know, it's okay.
It's emotional.
It's
emotional.
We're here for you,
soft
Dan.
spot.
It's all right.
I love how emotional and sensitive. Like, as a sociology major, when you see this happen and the group comes together and they raise him up. We love you. We love you.
So, totally just judging him right now.
So weak.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, I'm never coming back on this show.
Okay. But yeah, so I think that sort of helped in getting over that minor bump. With guys like Christian, guys like Brad Ring, the older guys on the team, Greg Janicki, kind of spearheaded that whole thing. And
can you tell me about his stash? What do you feel about when Janicki grows a really, really luscious stash?
It catches me really off guard.
It catches everyone off guard. When I saw that thing, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because...
Did he register with his neighbors?
Did he go to a Queen tribute concert?
Yeah, right. He's like Freddie Mercury's older brother.
Yeah, it's crazy. He grows facial hair like super fast. Like on the Friday leading up to the game, he'll have nothing, and then the next day he'll just have a full-grown stash. So, but yeah. What were we talking about?
We're talking about spring season.
But yeah, obviously the last two games.
Talking about that thing right there.
Wow.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Absolute caterpillar.
Oh,
I've
dude,
never seen that.
It's seriously the dirtiest stash in the world.
If I did have kids, I'd never let them.
Oh man, he just rocks it so happy.
Peter Evans has a stash, but that is a stash.
Dude, he looks like totally different dude when he's like, it's scary.
And the worst part is that his stance there too. He's like
somewhere in the back here's Daniel going, I still want to play on Dad's club.
Thoughts about spring season?
Yeah, so it was,
the past two games have been great, and those are huge. As we're transitioning into the fall season, so right now the mood in the locker room is pretty good.
As a sociology major,
from a sociology standpoint,
I think it's tough to say. Being new, there's a lot of different things going on. First week here, just had first couple games and coaching change, so a lot of things going on at once. But talking to the team and speaking to the team's point of view, I think mentality is contagious. When things are going well, you can definitely feel it. It's palpable. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you know. And then when things aren't going so well, there's sort of is a different feel to it. And I think right now we're at a good spot. Coming off the break, we'll see more as training keeps going forward into the fall. But there's a good mentality in the locker room.
It's that old sales saying, "It's always funny when you're making money. When everything's going well, everybody's just enjoying life, and it's just a matter of like how things." And then that was one.
What
of the
exactly the hell are you talking about right now?
No, I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
Can you let me
so
get there?
I'm
Tarantino in it.
Take this trip.
I'm Tarantino in it.
Oh shoot, we started at the end. I got it. Okay, good. Do it.
But no, it's that how the team has always reacted. God, you are such a horrible person.
Yes, I am.
It's how the team reacted, especially when it was just over and over again, especially late losses. It got rough for a while, especially teams were just like, I can't. After the U.S. Open Cup game, the fans were like, I'm done I can't do this anymore. But then
not real fans.
Yeah. But the crazy part is 2 days later was
fans.
the actual, like the U.S. Open Cup game had a pretty good turnout. But when people were like, okay, you lost to Louisville, I'm going to sell my season tickets. I don't even care about going to games anymore.
Idiots.
And then 3 days later, it's a regular season game, and there's 10-2 out there again,
with crappy
weather coming. Yeah. And that was the craziest part too. And I really wanted to talk about the fan interaction too. And I'm sure you heard a little bit about it before you even just from being around here. But so I'll start with you. Is what's your reaction to how big the turnout is on a regular basis, because it's highest attendance in the league and it's just constantly either sold out or almost sold out, and there's tons of people there screaming. Brickyard Battalion's so loud that you can hear cussing on TV.
It's always funny.
Oh yeah, it's always funny. But I mean, what has been your reaction so far from the fans' reaction of you?
It's uplifting. I think going on the field, it definitely adds a bit of edge in our favor for games. I know the results haven't gone our way, but to have the determination from the fans then instills determination in the players. And I think having a large back like that, the largest in the league, the best fans in the league, definitely motivates the players to do more. And I think more is going to come. So,
fan reaction?
It's incredible. First of all, it's really cool playing in front of your family and friends.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of
Dude,
friends
trust
in
me,
town.
I've heard multiple people do. Okay, we were at that game, the Tampa game. I think it was it was right before then. And I swear, as you came in the game, there was at least 10, 12 people that were screaming, "That's my boy! That's my boy!" And they're like, dude. And you looked up at the crowd and you were like, "Yeah." It had to be the Minnesota game.
Okay.
Minnesota game. And I was blown away because it was like somebody like, "Yeah, that's my boy," and I was like, "Jesus!" And you just kind of smiled at him, pointing.
Are you sure when that person said that's my boy, it wasn't my mom?
No, it wasn't. No, it was a group of dudes.
Your mom sounded like this. That's my boy.
I mean, you kind of set that up yourself. There,
Sorry,
you're like,
sorry,
are you
Dan's
sure
mom,
that
if you're
deep
listening
voice
right now,
was-
but
right,
still.
exactly. He just said, "Don't say anything about the girlfriend thing." He just he didn't say anything about the mom.
What was it? Brad Ring's mom listens, I think.
Yeah, Brad's
Brad's mom tweets in and questions.
She does. She cares. Exactly. So no, but back to your point on that, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, and like Duke said, just playing there, it gives our team an edge. And I know I'm a defensive player, but I want to score a goal so bad and like celebrate with the fans. I'd love to like climb the Brickyard Battalion.
I'm waiting for somebody to do that. Nobody's done that yet.
Like a Lambo leap type
nobody's
thing.
done that
I
yet.
swear to you.
Next time you score, if you're on that end,
it's like,
but
it's
that's
like
my-
10 feet high.
no, it's easy.
Who's gonna do it? Yeah. Well, maybe
Dan's
I'll-
like, I can get up there, dog. Like, there's some stairs. We'll get some stairs right there. Right.
Yeah.
We'll be over there. You just piggyback up off us.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And somewhere, Peter and all of them are just looking, going, "Oh my
Freaking
God,
out.
no, you're not allowed, sir. You've had enough. You're not allowed." They'll be like, "Oh my God, Dan went into the stands. He got another concussion." No, exactly.
Dan's not even allowed to head the ball.
Oh, you got a Peter Cech helmet? Speaking of Chelsea,
Not anymore.
no,
He
but I'm
went
just
to
saying-
Arsenal.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, moving. No, I think that's pretty funny.
Favorite
actually.
chant, by the way, that you guys heard so far?
My favorite chant for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Louisville City game was the first game I started in.
Sure.
And normally, just like Christian, I'm kind of in the zone. I don't really pay attention to my surroundings, but it was like a dead ball or something, and or someone was hurt, and
Here it is.
and our fans were saying Louisville's not a city. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was really funny. I thought that was really funny. I don't know if they do that for other teams.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where it's unique chants
to the team.
to the
I
team.
thought that was really
Like,
clever.
who was it? The John Smits.
Yep.
The goalkeeper for
Oh God.
the Rowdies.
Yep.
I think it's the Rowdies.
Yeah.
They got subbed out at half.
Yeah.
The last game.
Yeah.
The Brickyard Battalion was chanting, "You're no Rick Smits."
Oh, I remember last year, Akira. Like, Akira's the name of a porn star. It was like, oh my God. Dude, if you're the opposing goalkeeper,
Oh, yeah.
you
It's
just
bad.
get
It's
railed
so
out for
bad.
45
Yeah.
minutes.
It's so-
It's so bad.
And now it's to the point, if you guys watch wrestling, John Cena's theme is like that. Doo, 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 doo. And so it's basically the keeper's first name and last name if it fits. It's basically like John Smith sucks. Just over and over again. Favorite chant?
Usually when I play or I'm watching the games, I don't hear anything except for like my team's on. It's like
Sure.
selective focus. But something that gave me eerie chills was the smoke. I've seen it on TV, but to see it in the game and to
And to
smell
it,
and to breathe it in, and that was a bit eerie to me. I thought that was pretty
It's
cool.
because he was getting lightheaded going, I don't think I'm supposed to feel this way.
The cool thing too is the capos will wear the guys who are putting
Gas masks?
will wear like bandanas.
Just in case.
Yeah, no.
So it's bandanas, so they'll wear bandanas over their face, so they're not
Right,
breathing
right.
in, and then they're swinging around
In Afghanistan. right?
scarves, and it looks just so badass because
That's
it's just
sick.
like some ninja swirling around soccer scarves. So cool though.
We gotta come up with something for if you go.
We got another pair of tickets to give away.
Oh shoot, we do. Oh, so you already came up with your question, so he gave you time.
All right.
We need a question for 2 more tickets to Sunday's Indy 11 friendly against Morelia. downtown, 1:30 in the afternoon, using hashtag BYBcast
On a Sunday.
on a Sunday.
Mannequins.
All right, so hopefully this isn't too easy to look up. Quizzo, bringing it back to Quizzo.
All right.
Played Quizzo
Okay.
before this question came up. Gave us a little bit of trouble, our team. But what one word makes these three words two or one
I'm already lost.
entire word? So,
I'm gonna give you a second.
I'm gonna redo it again. So what one word changes these three words into three new words? The words are salt, fall, and proof. And one word changes those three words into an entirely new word.
So what one word
Changes.
Changes the
salt?
words salt, fall, and proof into three entirely different words.
I'm going to put that on Twitter just so that I can write it down and look at it. What one word changes these three words
Salt.
into a completely different thing? Completely
Different word.
Different.
Oh, different words. Sorry. The words salt,
Fall,
fall,
and proof.
and proof. 2 tickets. Okay. So while the listeners are basically freaking the hell out right now, what's your guys' hopes for fall season? I mean, you're fall
I
season.
can't even listen anymore because I'm gonna think on that.
I'm so deep in thought right now.
So, fall season. Hopes, obviously you're back in the starting. Are you back in the starting lineup? Or are you just back?
We don't really know until like game day
Sure,
who's
sure.
starting. But yeah, I'm healthy. That's all I'm really.
Okay, so you're healthy, you're fit, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, for the fall season, just hoping to contribute, and we have that Cosmos game, first game, and
It's alcohol. The word is alcohol because it changes salt from something completely different. Fall. Hell, I'm gonna fall for something else. And then guess what?
First off, Dan thought that was the legit answer. I'm like,
I was thinking about it. I was
And
thinking about it.
proof. I don't need proof. The proof is alcohol. Proof, dude. I'm like, it's alcohol. Done. We win.
That's not it. That's not it.
All right, Twitterverse. All right.
All right, yeah. Anyway, fall season.
Just looking forward to that first game, and
Against the Cosmos,
yeah.
who we've not lost to.
we have not. So hopefully we keep that. We are going to keep that
The
streak
New
alive.
York Raoul's.
Yeah, and he was so his whole thing with the Raul when Raul scored, it was a little bit like, ooh, yeah, I got to see like one of the greatest Real Madrid.
I was there. I
players.
was on that side. I have the video of it because I'm right there, and I was like,
It was weird
it
for him.
sucked. Yeah, it sucked
Yeah.
because I'm like, that was literally the equalizing goal. I'm going, but at the same time,
was
I'm
awesome.
like, you're talking a Spanish legend and a Real Madrid legend, but overall, more than I will say, it's 51% over was. Oh no, it was equal. No, I'm just kidding. It was definitely. We got any answers? People were like, what?
No, yeah, there's. I'm gonna show this.
No,
to you.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Your neighbor.
Oh yeah, Brian,
Yeah.
Mr. Sullivan.
That's it.
So
You're on the right track.
that's all right.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to be very specific. So see, sociology. is
Brian
very
won.
General. I want to be very specific into right. Okay.
Actually, Katie Chupacabra got it first.
oh,
But she
won.
already won already. So Brian can win them.
That girl is upset. She couldn't get her cheese fries
Yep.
or whatever, and then
She also feels like a stalker right now. Is what she said.
totally is chupacabra. All right, so the correct answer
Is water.
is water.
Explain.
Waterfall, salt water, waterproof.
All right.
Changes those three words.
There you
into
go.
entirely different
Waterproof.
words.
Yep. Waterproof.
Oh yeah. Wow.
First off, you were going to combat waterproof.
No.
That's
No.
That's no. If you know Chris, that's his pre-combative question where he's just like he'll just say it again, but deadpan like waterproof. Oh, okay. Yeah. Like where he
Rolling
right
it through,
before it.
rolling it through.
Yeah, he was like
Rolling it
waterproof and was about to argue and then realized it worked.
through. Man.
Yeah, that was a good one. Those are actually probably two of the
How is
More-
waterfall? I mean, that makes it
brain teaser questions from both of them.
I just say waterfall. That just seems silly. Like that's just a silly question.
Well,
It's a
of
great-
course it's a silly question. It's like a trick question. And you hate trick questions.
Yes, I believe questions should have legitimate answers to them, and it's kind of like having a conversation with a woman. Wait. Don't ask me questions that I can't answer. Like, no, that didn't. I can't even give you an answer.
Or ask a question about something that happened like way a long time ago.
So in 2002, what? What? Anyways.
So yeah, but anyway, Duke fall season expectations.
Personally, more starts
And more
practice
goals.
starts, more goals.
Remember, that was his goal.
More assists, be more contributive to the team, and then team goals. Definitely some hardware. I think playoff picture looking good. We ended the season, spring season pretty well. And I think keeping that momentum rolling, definitely getting ahead of the curve is big in the league. So
It's awesome.
Hat trick, right? Or at least some braces. Right?
Yeah, some braces.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, your last game, what? Assist and a goal?
Just a goal.
Just a goal? I thought you had an assist too.
Don't remember.
Dan's going to see how many times he can run up forward more than Sergio Ramos without getting yelled
He's gonna
at.
be that
He's going to
Sergio
be
Ramos.
Marcelo. He's going to be like, Dan, I swear to God, if I see you up there next to Duke one more time, he's going to be what?
On the roster page, it has defenders, midfielders, forwards, and then it has defensive strikers.
They're going to be
and it
out.
just has Daniel's picture.
It's going to be literally, it's going to be a breakaway, and they're going to go, and there's going to be a cross that comes in. All of a sudden, you're going to be like, oh my God, Duke's open. It's going to be a Daniel comes away, and he's like, right off the post, and he's just going to go, oh my God, that's it. Bench. So, God, don't.
Awesome. Just
That's
awesome.
Amazing. That'd be amazing.
But no, really wanted to take a minute to thank you guys for coming on. Appreciate your time. Hopefully it wasn't too stupid.
Oh, we didn't ask him the normal stuff. Okay, so
go ahead.
When Indy 11 signed you, did you find out? Oh man, no, we don't. We don't. Questions.
We leave that to Greg.
All right, so we'll get them
And
on
Anthony
the
Calhoun.
roster.
Yes, we're gonna get you guys on the roster
Solid.
for the euchre tournament.
Double
So
D's,
anybody
You
who's
gotta figure that out.
anybody who's new here right now, we're putting on a euchre tournament July 7th at 7 a.m.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Oh my
Jesus. 7 p.m.
You're good, buddy. Okay.
So 7 at 7. Basically, I don't know how that worked out, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. Lucky 7, baby.
Yeah. Awesome prize pack, Indy 11 prize pack and even the highest non-team member or non-staff member that finishes will still get that prize pack. So if it's second place and it's against you guys, I mean, you guys aren't going far because we're winning it. But anyway, regardless, it is a $50 gift card for Chatham Tap.
I don't know. You can beat me and your girlfriend, and
We did beat 10-1 one game.
Yeah, but you
10-1
lost
one
two.
game.
10-1.
10-1.
That would make him laugh, maybe.
Yeah. So, but the point is that when you beat
We're not
that
gonna have
second
any
game
of
in
those
this
rules,
tournament, when you beat second game in this tournament, you would have just been out of the tournament.
It's true.
Okay.
That
So
first game we lost.
keep it moving.
Okay, anyway. But Indy 11 swag, autograph stuff. We're going to have a silent auction. All the registration fees go to Indiana Top Soccer, which is an awesome charity. And for the overall winners, regardless if it's a player or whatever, championship belts. So basically, bragging rights, and you guys will get the Chatham Tap gift card too. I mean,
The
you
only
guys
thing
can
I
use
ask
that.
is don't get done like with the game. You grab your belts out of like the locker or whatever. And
Do
you
it.
got this you just drop everything. You just put the belts on and walk. Don't do that.
No, you know what needs to
don't.
happen? You know when you guys
Don't
go
do that.
and which I think is the coolest thing ever. Win or lose, you guys high five the that Brickyard Battalion supporter section. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Bring out the belts.
Yeah. No, and you literally just go back. If you guys win, go back to the bench, have them there, and then just carry them as you're just high fiving.
That'd be
Be like,
great.
you champs, you champs, you champs.
Wow, that'd be great.
People slap them. Apparently, Brian can't go, so we're gonna give away Brian's tickets on Twitter later this week. So be watching at PR Podcast Show.
I don't even know why this clown answers. I could say it's because he's my neighbor.
Yeah,
Why this clown even answers?
he's like, he just wanted the quiz right. But actually, Brian, you were the second one right because Katie Chupacabra got it right first.
Because she's always right.
Because she's 1999 Quiz Bowl champion.
Dang. That's
But
good.
at PR Podcast Show, you can go to
This
permanentrelegation.com.
dude was like 8. This is before Tony Hawk. This is before Tony Hawk, man.
He was 19 in 1999.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he was 8.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
Good Lord.
See, okay, so you did me again. You said it, and then you were like, "Oh shit, I just did the math." That's correct. Hey.
Well, he was even younger.
Yeah, I know.
You were probably what, 6, 7?
6.
So youth is
So old.
Youth is wasted on the young.
But
Get off my lawn.
so 2 weeks from tonight, this place is going to be packed with a bunch of euchre players, tons of cuss words. It's going to be awesome. We're not going to do a show because we're going to play. We're just going to have fun. Especially we're not going to have the camera up here for like somebody texting somebody else when their cards are just right there. But I hope to see everybody out. We're going to have a ton of players and fans and all sorts of cool stuff. At PR Podcast Show, permanentrelegation.com. What's your guys' Twitter handle?
Keller 20.
And?
M. Duke Lacroix, I think.
It is. It's M. Duke Lacroix.
That's what it is.
Because honestly, you've probably tweeted more being on the team than you have your entire time on Twitter.
That's a fact. My first tweet was actually in Indianapolis.
Yeah, because you had the Twitter, you had a few followers and stuff, and then when they got announced, I was frantically like, this guy has to have a Twitter, but Tim Regan doesn't have a Twitter yet, so I mean, we're trying to get him to get a Twitter page.
Doubtful.
Somebody's going to do the fake Tim Regan like they did the fake.
That's about as good as the Christian answer when we asked for like, all right, what's your Twitter? He goes, I had Twitter. Okay, what's your Twitter? Right, right. A little blue bird. The blue bird. Yeah. Tweet. I go, no. What's your Twitter handle? Oh, I don't know that.
When he was on filling in for Chris, I was like, Christian, what's your Twitter handle? He's like, Andy, and I had to just tell him. I had to actually say Sneaks_Christian. He's like, yeah, see, because I don't know it. Right. I use it all the time. I just don't know it.
Right. Exactly. Want to talk about global scarves?
Oh yeah, global scarves. We've got a scarf coming out. We're gonna be selling them. They're awesome. We'll show you guys what they look like after the show's over, but they're really, really cool. Nice little black and white that pops, kind of a unique little design. So,
and want to give a shout out to our friends Flat 12,
yes.
Full 90, obviously the official beer of the Brickyard Battalion, Indy 11. When you get out to the game, these are available. Great American Pale Ale, awesome. I want to thank Sean and all the guys down there at Flat 12.
Free at the tailgate.
Free at the tailgate.
Free beer at the
So
tailgate.
you sneak on out.
Yeah,
There.
we've been trying to get players to be like, you know what? It just come out right before you guys take the pitch. Just say hi to everybody. Go back in. It's just time doesn't work.
Like, does Daniel have another concussion? No, man. He had like four full 90s. He's out there just
He's
wrecking.
cranking them like Stone Cold Steve Austin after a win. He's just like pouring two in his mouth.
That's amazing. So, anyways, but thank you guys.
Yeah.
Really, I hope this
Appreciate it.
wasn't too terrible. I see you fading on me here. Man.
We're
You
gonna
had
be
a long day.
We're gonna be on SoundCloud, iTunes. We're on iTunes too, so check us out. Facebook.com/permanent relegation. So
Get out there and sign up.
yeah,
now.
sign up for it. Spots are filling up fast, but really appreciate everybody who signed up so far. So
And thank you, Chad. I'm here up at Fisher's. You guys are amazing as always.
yes.
So-
Until next time. 2 weeks from today,
You got it.
euchre tournament. No show. Glory, Man United.
Yeah.